Hey everyone, it's Tim Shieff, you're watching Flow. I'm here with
Toby Segar
of Storror fame. We're in Sweden right now. I'm going to ask him some of the questions that have come to my mind and then finish with some questions that you guys have sent to me to feed through to Toby. Toby first. I'm not sure when we first met. I don't know if it was like at an EV jam in London, something like that.
I went to none of them. No.
You went to none of the EVs? No. Was it after that?
I can't even remember. It was when we were doing the Blitzdem stuff, I think.
Around the Blitzdem times.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of your videos from down in Brighton with Callum and and through Phil Doyle, I think was
probably
probably through him. And you've kind of rose through the rankings, so to speak, with your online presence. I've seen from such things as the famous double Kong in Denmark.
Yeah.
I mean, you were one of the first to double Kong IMAX, I think, probably, and single Kong.
Yeah.
Wearing an egg suit, I think.
Yeah.
Do I remember that?
Yeah.
What was that for?
Halloween jam, that was there. Yeah.
Oh, so it was your fancy dress.
Yeah, and everyone, it was jam packed and everyone left, and it was just me and Christian and Phil and a couple others, and I went and practiced it over at the block and then came back and it was all cool.
And then the double Kong in Denmark, I've seen that all over the internet. I saw that on Tumblr with like tens of thousands of reposts of the GIF.
Oh yeah,
of
I remember
single
that.
clip.
Yeah.
Did you see? Do you know how many posts that got? Did you see?
I'd not on Tumblr. I remember it got posted. It was like top of Reddit at one point.
Top of Reddit.
And that's how it kicked off. But
so spread. And then how was that?
Funny.
Even the run up, you come over a wall first with such pace. Was that necessary to the run up?
Yeah, like I was first trying it with a little curve and with the normal run up because I wanted to try the cat pass precision, just normal up.
Okay.
And it just wasn't enough. And then I tried it with the speed pass and it was perfect. Like it set me up. Yeah, it was perfect.
Was that like a moment in your head where you just felt so in touch with like the maximum abilities that you have as a free runner and just?
Yeah, I think it was pushing it. Like it was like I knew the cat pass precision was possible. I'd seen people do the cat pass arm jump and the wall was perfect. Man.
Yeah,
bang on. And so I did that and it was horrible. Like I landed it and flipping, grinded along the top of the wall and down the other side, bottomed out of the lot.
Cool.
So and physically, like doubles are easier for people.
Then Kong
like,
precision.
in terms of like. Weight transition and getting
physical ability, but it's obviously a bit scary going head first.
Of course,
and you can't catch it like you can cat leap if you can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So bearing that in mind, I thought, it's fine. Put a bit more effort in, and with the speed, it was just perfect. You could charge into it, nice and hard.
I think there was a big moment for the whole free running community, really, to see it get pushed around on Reddit. It was. Obviously, David Bell came up with all the first stuff, and that was big on the internet. Then it died down. Then Jump Britain, and it died down. And there was a couple of internet booms of free running, like 3 runs video, and Ilabaka, and then that was another one of more recent where it's like, oh, these guys are still progressing the sport, and do you know what I mean? It was a good evolution for the sport. It was
cool to think of it like that.
Yeah, it's wicked, man. It's a good moment. And then you tried to take it a bit further in Lisbon with a So was that big single Kong dive?
That was a dive Kong,
And what was the difference in your mind frame in that moment going into that?
It was a case of I guess it was the same mind frame as the double in Denmark.
Yeah, there was no extra doubt than Denmark.
Yeah, well, I guess there was, because there was no sort of with the cat pass precision in Denmark. It was a checkpoint. That's like. Level up, next level.
And with the dive Kong, you can't.
With the dive, there was a setup, but it wasn't going too well, and I was practicing dive rolls on the grass. It was a similar level.
Okay.
And I think that's what brought me down was drilling the dive rolls.
Oh.
And it obviously got into motor memory
with the
to
roll.
get my hips nice and high. So it would have been a perfect dive roll if it was flat, obviously. But
that explains it then, because that's why you left. Because that you can see when you watch the footage, your hips are coming too high to correct it with your hands, and that would have been from the dive roll. So
and the rail as well, because it was higher than the wall.
Yeah, you have to go.
And I had to get my feet over it. By the time you reach the point of contact, I was just almost vertical. There's no turning back there. It was either handspring out like some freaky Russian, or take it to the collar. So
that was it. And how was your what injuries did you sustain from that?
That was a broken collarbone, but that was it. There wasn't any concussion, nothing else. Like I was quite lucky, really. Like if I'd underdone it anymore, it would have been a good old scorpion in the concrete.
Oh, man. That would have been worse. Yeah. But so you went to Lisbon hospital, and then did you have surgery or anything? Was that in Lisbon?
Yeah, we went. Well, it was ridiculous. I was sitting on that at the end of the video we posted, I'm sitting on a wall all pissed off and stuff, and I was there for about an hour before the ambulance came along. They called them about 5 times, and then they turned up. Obviously they've got better things to worry about, a broken collarbone at the end of the day. I can handle it, like people can handle it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I turned up and I was there for 5 hours. They took my blood, put me on a drip, and then told me that I didn't need to do any of that I had made a mistake, and hating needles and hating all that kind of thing. I was and then they just sent me back to the hostel with some shoddy little stringy sling, and then I was at the hostel for 2 days, and I couldn't take off my jumper, so I was like sweating all night. Like,
and then you flew back to England and
then flew back to England. And they told me within the next 2 weeks you could have surgery, and luckily the next day they called up and went in, and it all went smooth.
And how does it feel now? I've seen you double conging again.
Yes, 100% now. It was after about 2 months it was fine. They were telling me like don't even bother after the first 6 months, but then I got told by slightly more experienced people in the sport network, and it's just a case of them getting office people back to their office jobs. And,
really?
And the physio was doing nothing, so I did my own, and my dad does fitness instructing, so he helped me out with all of that, and I was back on track, and now it's all good. No problem.
That's good to hear, man.
And
that wasn't even the first accident
you've
had. With free running. There was another one that wasn't as damaging to your free running training and as such, but your facial features more so. What happened with that? What was? Where were you?
Well, I was in Switzerland for the WPF jam, and me and Paula were playing around on the seesaws. I'm sure most of you have probably seen the clips. And not quite as epic, but a bit more cringeworthy. We both jumped from one seesaw to another, and he landed on the other end of the second. I didn't. Before I knew it, I'm getting taken up into the air with the ultimate uppercut and hit the deck. So,
can you show your damage? It took 4 front teeth out of you.
Yeah, it was.
But it didn't break your. You said it could have broke your jaw if it hit your jaw or your nose or anything.
It bypassed absolutely everything. Went straight for the teeth. So, and I've actually got that piece of seesaw on my bedroom wall.
That's pretty cool.
They went back and sawed that off. So.
They sawed it off.
Yeah.
That's quite funny. And again, that got quite virally famous. Of like Ridiculousness contacted you, and do you get many TV shows?
They didn't contact me.
Okay.
No,
How did they do? They just.
It's been on. MTV's Ridiculousness, and apparently recently on BBC3 in the UK.
So when did you join Storror?
That was just over 2 years ago.
How did that come about? From the Cave Brothers?
Yeah, the Cave Brothers. A lot of people think it's a bit of SBBS, but I think the Cave's household all have the same middle name. And the whole family does as well. So. And that's Storror, so that came from that, and they just set up Storror blog, and it was originally the Horsham Movement guys.
I remember it from like episode 9 or something like that, and I watched all the previous ones, and I've been with it since.
So it was the Horsham Movement guys that came together and made this little fun blog for random videos, because all they concentrated on was the big ones, which was sick. And then slowly me, Callum and Sasha started training more of them, going more over to the area. Appeared a couple of times in the videos, then before we knew it, we were a bunch of friends, which was quite cool, because it was just a natural bonding that has become slightly more serious over the years.
Definitely. You're doing jobs, you're travelling the world right now doing jobs
sending us everywhere is awesome.
Where have you been recently?
Me, Drew and Benj have just come back from Mexico.
That's cool.
That was good, and we spent some time in LA as well, so we got to
train at Tempest
and all that, which was so good. That was a top trip. That's one of my favourite trips, I think. And all over Europe pretty much.
And you do a yearly trip to Malta. Did you go both years? You've been twice?
Yeah, we went 2012 and 2011, and it was the first year was sort of a trialling year. We hadn't done cliff diving really a couple of times, but so we were sessioning all the diving pools around the area, and went along, and it was the best trip we've ever had. It was the only trip we've actually had to pay for one of the videos. Most of the others we haven't had a lot of paid work, but it's all been expensive. And when you're starting off, getting out there is key.
You have to show that willingness.
So we had such a good time there, and then we were like, we've got to come back another year. and there are people out there, because it's such a small country, everyone hears about it, like the social networks are fully linked, like from one end of the country to the other, everyone knows everyone. So it's perfect for the marketing side of things as well. We set up an event and held an event on one of their days, and everyone turned up, and it was just like big social gathering, everyone chilled for a time.
So that must get you motivated to do the big jumps and...
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, most of the time, like the arch in particular, like, if anyone's seen the video, like there were people hanging around, but I'm not a big fan of that. Like when it comes down to doing something that at the end of the day we're not that experienced in, like we could hurt ourselves, and we always take through, like we're always diving down, checking underneath of the.
Or before you do the jump.
Okay,
so
all the time.
Safety first,
It's just not cool.
Because I didn't know that. I didn't know if you were just throwing this and you always see it, but you're actually checking everything.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. Stephen's a human fish, so he goes, checks it all out, and he's sick of the jumps as well. So he comes up. Coast is clear, we'll do it, and we're always prepared, like for new jumps, if we need to dive in and help out, like all that kind of thing. But when there's people watching and like
bit of pressure,
it's kind of not cool. Not a big fan, but
I know what you mean.
Everyone's going to be seeing on the video anyway, so it's not like any kind of ego booster to jump and do it. Like
But you've got, even from that, I mean, you get contacted. I've seen that posted. That's got ridiculous views now. And
that's actually got us quite a lot of our biggest work. Like it's,
and even as filmmakers, do people who edits that and shoots that? Is that Sasha or you?
Me and Sasha. Sasha actually came to mind for 3 days. We worked for the 2012 one, most recent. Last year we made a few videos. Stephen made one, Sasha, and I made one as well. But this recent one we spent a good maybe 60 hours on it, like just hard at it. Like
it shows though, it's good. It's very good content, man.
Cheers.
And you've got a passion now for filmmaking as well. So like editing and filming everything. Like.
I think me, Sash, and Steve are trying to work together now, trying to get more work just in the filming side of things, not necessarily the parkour, because it is something we all love as well. And if you can, push what we're doing into other areas of expertise, like we're a lot more open for the future, and helps a lot better. Helps a lot more.
That's great that you're being, and when you're working with 2-3 people work for the same aim, it makes it much easier than if you're sat at your own trying to get known for it.
Especially in this case, because we've all come from the same derivative point, like it works so much better. Like obviously we're all specialised in all the action filming and all that, but we're trying to work a bit more now and just sort of keeping stuff slick and all that, trying to.
It's good.
Because that's what normal people want.
If you want to make it in the industry, you've got to play by the industry's rules.
Yeah, of course.
And learn all the things they want you to, and then you can change it from within at that point.
Exactly.
Going forward with free running, do you have like any long-term plans? Do you want to achieve anything, competitions, or you want to make a legacy for yourself? Or?
I'm pretty open with the competition-wise stuff. If I get asked, I'll consider it and all that. But I've only just left college as well, so I'm sort of thinking about now where I want to.
How old are you actually? We haven't established that. How old are you?
18.
You're 18,
yeah.
Young, man. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to prioritise what's the most likely sort of fundraiser. I'll be probably moving out soon, so it's cool. It's all that. Just trying to
think about the things.
Trying to prioritise and have as much fun as possible while doing it.
Sounds good to me, man.
It's working. It's all going good. So
exactly. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's all from my questions, Toby. We're going to go to the internet. Ice Cream Lake Stream, who probably isn't his real name. This is on Facebook. You can change your name on Facebook. Asks, what is your favourite Madonna album and why? And 21 people like that question, so people really want to know.
I said this earlier, I don't know any Madonna albums.
You don't know any? How do you not know any Madonna albums? Okay. Next question comes from one of my good friends and possibly one of your heroes as a filmmaker. He's my hero as a filmmaker. Claudio Voicu.
Top dog.
Why don't you dye your hair? Or is it already dyed?
Yeah, it is actually, yeah.
This is fake.
No, gingers can't dye their hair, it's actually impossible.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think you're one of the most famous, if not the most famous, ginger freerunner or redhead freerunner.
That's clearly.
What rivals have you got? There's like a Josh from Tempest who's pretty good ginger.
Oh yeah, Josh Hayden.
Yeah, Josh Hayden's sick. Next question's from Yazan RR. Don't know how you pronounce it, but it's a good guess. Was you always that good at Kongs, or is it that he does them more than everybody else? So I think, do you just do Kongs like twice as much as anyone else and you can go twice as far?
As a combo, yeah. I mean, before, when I first started, I remember doing them a lot, but I trained with Taig Matthews, you remember? So he was quite an all-round guy. Sort of, I guess he was a bit of the purist side, but I mean it was sick. It was sick of what he did, and I guess I just took the cat passes and comms a bit more than some other people. Same as anyone else who trains something more than something else, you get better.
You enjoy it more? Like you just
I guess. And where I live, there's quite a few good ones, so that helps a lot.
Cool. This one's from your teammate Drew Taylor.
God.
Would you swap? It's quite a good question. Would you swap your cat passes to get your teeth better?
Ooh.
If you had to choose between fresh teeth again or your ability of cat passes?
Nah, I think it's a top party trick.
And I imagine every free runner out there would prefer to lose the 4 teeth and have the ability of Kongs that you have. This is from Hassan Alor for Toby. How would it take to have you and all of Storror vlogs start the first ever parkour porno? Just wondering.
That's definitely for Storm guys. You should ask that question.
Well, we're the first ones to do porno, not you guys.
No, I don't know.
This was from Mitch Lee. What does it feel like to be a legitimately cool ginger, like on the same level as Garfield cool?
Cool, that is
it's a compliment, yeah, Garfield.
Yeah, it feels good, I guess, to be compared with epics like that. So
cool, man. You like lasagna? Like
of course, yeah, it saves my life.
Yeah. So you're not vegan, like someone else has to be vegan?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry, man.
Don't need to apologise, but this question's from Richard Faraday on Twitter. How did you find the American training experience compared to England?
It's good. It's pretty sick. To be fair, we didn't train outside when we went there.
I think that's the difference. Americans really like their gym training, but you can do a lot
Yeah.
of bigger stuff, but it's not.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about the security being pretty one-sided, and
Yeah.
what we say
I
is
can confirm that.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, UK's they do the same, but you can argue and
You can banter with the police,
and you can have a little laugh, and
Mm.
I've heard different. But yeah, we were in Mexico. That's a different story. That's like, we're training on abandoned houses next to drug lords' mansions, and told to be careful about it. And
Really?
go around one corner, there's a little slum. Go around the other, there's like £1 million estates.
Oh,
So
wow. No.
that's a bit dodgy. You got to keep your eye on.
Yeah. This one's from the sister of one of your teammates, Grace Taylor. Why don't Storm and Storror combine and just become Stormora? I don't know. There's no real answer for that.
Yeah, maybe we're too cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Different motives in the community.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You never know.
Exactly. You never know. Or Storm versus Storror.
That could be fun.
Thanks for answering my questions and people online's questions, Toby. We all got to know Toby Segar a little better now. Toby Double Kong Segar isn't as double Kong as you think. It's just one move, guys. We're going to go move a trampoline. Where are we?
We're at Air Whip's new academy, and it is sick.
Yeah, in Sweden. So we'll get on with that. You get on with watching other YouTube videos. Peace.
Yeah.